And welcome back, guys. This is your host, Juice, back on another episode of The Squeeze. And we are here today to talk about, right there what you see in the description and in that thumbnail. What is accountability? Well, let's jump right into it. Why are we even talking about accountability? So let's get into it. I know that a lot of you guys probably even hear the term and you think that, oh no, accountability, that's not something I really want to get into. But this is something that I've touched on in a prior episode with a brother of mine. Congratulations to you, Mr. Cook and Mrs. Cook. Shout out again to the Cooks, you guys. But when he was back on earlier on in the episodes, and we'll leave that down below. I'll try to click it in here. We were talking about accountability sessions. So that is just, somebody making sure that they're holding you accountable for things like that. And again, I know that this term has been used in the most horrendous of ways, because if you really look back at it and look at like things like the media, you'll see like the term used as, oh, this politician needs to be held accountable for their actions. Pretty much to say that this person is to blame. Now, not to say that accountability really takes away from those kind of things, because it kind of touches on that and more. But it is not the same thing as responsibility. I know a lot of you guys tie accountability in with responsibility, and I'm going to show you right now how it differentiates. So let's just say you're at work and you have a coworker, that does everything that's asked of them. But for example, and we'll even make a scenario. Let's just say you have a coworker named James. James gets emails from the boss telling him how they want to set a certain area of the store, and James makes sure that it looks picture perfect to that thing. Now, as far as zoning and other things like that, he doesn't take that into account because he does exactly what is instructed on said email. So if it is not the right size or things like that, that's not really his concern, because he's like, well, I did exactly what you said in the email. Not to say that he was wrong for doing that, but he only did what he was responsible for, not taking accountability for it not looking like it should, knowing that the store has a certain zoning or, placing that they might want. Now, if you don't really catch that one, let's just put it like this. You're out with a bunch of friends and you tell them that you want a drink from the bar. You tell them to get you something that they like, or get you something that you would like. And they go out and get something, a little off because they just want to try something new. And to be honest, they probably wanted to sip off your drink. Okay? So they had the responsibility to go spend your money, because I know I'm not going to say that, but you gave them the money, they went and spent it on something that you didn't really like, but they about to sip on it. So at the end of the day, you have to be accountable that you gave somebody your money and know that it didn't go the way you wanted to, but be okay that, you might not have got the drink you wanted, but you still got to sip that motherfucker up, or they going to. The difference between responsibility and accountability would be taking ownership of tasks is responsibility, while taking ownership of outcomes is accountability. So that just means, with accountability, that means the things that you can succeed in and the possible failures as well. You have to be accountable for everything, because being accountable, and the greatest thing about it, is that you will make yourself so much more better as an individual. If you can keep yourself accountable, it's just like going out and working out every single day. If you are just thinking it is a responsibility, eventually that responsibility is going to get overwhelming and you're going to just want to quit, because you're responsible. You are also highly more likely to connect with the right type of people if you hold yourself in a high regard of accountability. So everybody wants to be high value and high all these things, but you need to have high qualities. You need to have high EQ, meaning being able to communicate with people, understand emotional intelligence. You need to have high accountability, because you need to be able to better yourself all the time, because with high accountability, you'll be able to think about all the things that you have done right and how to improve them, because there are things that you might not have done as well, but you can do better in the future. Okay, you need to take a high stance on your outlook in the world, meaning how you dress, how you smell, how you feature yourself, because all of these things absolutely matter. And a lot of people will tell you, oh, well, you just look good as you are. Never be complacent enough to think that you are good exactly where you are, and that's the best you're ever going to be. Because if you think like that, you will never level up at all. You will be stuck complacent right where you are, and then 20 years down the line, when you're looking at yourself and like, damn, why didn't I do what I thought I wanted to do? Because you were happy where you were. And I'm not telling you to not be happy, but I'm telling you to light that fire up under your ass so that way every single day you're getting better, and in that way your happiness is increasing. Because you can't be stagnant even with your happiness. The same thing will not make you the same type of happy every single time. Okay? If you go out and you smoke, you're not getting the same delight, because it was better the first time, because that was the first time and that's the high you're chasing, most people. And I'm not telling you to smoke, so everybody listening, don't be doing that. If you are going out and dealing with somebody, even if you know you're dealing with someone, even the lovemaking can get vanilla if you don't spice it up. You have to change how you do it. If you're always going in trying to hit it from the back, if you're always going in trying to just, tongue them down and something like that, change it up. You need to, even when you're doing business, you need to think about all the ways you're doing business and think about new ways. Because if you're not switching it up, you're going to stay stagnant. And then guess what? You're going to fall behind, because everything is always changing. Technology, business, money, everything is changing. If you were 20 years ago, you would think that you needed just stocks and bonds, but now it's Bitcoin and other digital currencies. Okay, there's so many things, and the world is always going to be on the move. Okay.